Hey guys and girls, and thank you for watching another live stream of the Xbox Tester. Hello! How is everybody doing? So, yeah, I already see a lot of people in the chat. Like Cityphoner, Mustafa, Oliver, Five Nights at Freddy's, Psycho. Welcome! Anyone else confused as to why CDPR be using UE5 instead of Red Engine? Probably cost. That will probably be a cost thing. You know, it's really expensive to keep a engine alive. Just for one or two games. And it's cheaper to just buy a license to a engine. That's why so many people are using the Unreal Engine 5. But yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Chio. Everyone seems to be moving to UE5, but eventually the games are going to start to feel the same. Yes, I'm 100% with you on that one. So I do hope that more engines will be used. You know, like I said, there are 3 engines right now that are not UE5 that I like better than UE5, and that's the RE engine from Capcom, the Crytek engine from Crytek, and yeah, I think the IT engine is, IT Tech engine is right now one of the best engines, if I have to be honest. Yeah, I got the same. Yesterday I even did a video on Hell Is Us on my PC, also a UE5 game, and yeah. It's a really demanding engine. Decima engine is also really good. You know, even the what's it called? The Ubisoft engine from Assassin's Creed is amazing. That's not, no, Decima engine is from Horizon, right? I'm not sure anymore. Sometimes you know more than me, Countess. Sometimes, most of the time. How does Hell of Us run? I have no idea. I did it on my PC, so I don't know how it will run on the Xbox console yet. Will you rename your channel to the box tester? No, but I have been thinking of doing a toilet tester YouTube channel, where I go to different toilets or call at people's homes and say, "Can I use your toilet?" Completely destroy it. You know, I'm getting some KFC or Chinese the day before, and completely destroy it, and I will tell you how it was. Maybe that's something cool. Unreal. Gundam Requiem for Vengeance. Ooh, The Witcher 4. We're going to see the Witcher 4 reveal trailer. Snowdrop, I think, yeah, Snowdrop. Thank you, Psycho. You know, also the problem is a lot of indie developers and other developers all left. What's it called? The Unity engine because of the stupid things they did last year or the year before. I think it's even where they wanted like billions of dollars for even like little indie games and stuff, and I think that really hurted the engine. It was also one of the best indie engines out there. Like 90% of indie games ran on the Unity engine, but nowadays most indie developers went to Unreal because Unreal was cheaper. That's how insane it is. Yeah, I really hope they will make the engine more suitable for this generation of consoles. Yeah, it's something like that indeed. And people already need to pay for if you like pay have like 10,000 sales or something for Unity, you already need to pay them. How much did you spend on Switch 2 upcoming content? I think I'm already like $1,000 in. It's gonna be a lot. Yeah, I'm getting something first. You know, I got the Switch 2 with all the with Mario Kart, and I got the camera, I got the Pro controller, I got an extra SD card, I got a lot of stuff, and I think most games I already had, but I also need to buy a couple of games, of course. Because, oh, that's really simple, City Phoner. My Nintendo channel is way too small for something like that. Ghostbusters. When there's something strange in your neighborhood, who you gonna call? Xbox tester. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah, I already have Cyberpunk 2077. You know, the most third party Switch games I already have the keys for. Only the Nintendo first party games I need to buy. No, people at CD Projekt are really awesome. Also Sega, I got Yakuza 0 already. Some kind of wipeout kind of racing game that comes out day one. I'm getting. Now Mario Kart, of course. You're getting the Duskblade if when it comes out. When it comes out. What are you most excited about Switch 2? I'm really curious how it will handle games like Arkham Knight, for instance. You know, Arkham Knight has a open frame rate on the Nintendo Switch. So I'm really curious how Arkham Knight will handle on the Switch 2, because it's a dumpster fire on the Switch. It has like frame rates in like the low 15. So yeah, I'm really curious if it will run better on a Switch 2. So that's one of the games I'm actually looking forward to playing on my Switch 2. Yeah, unlock frame rate for Arkham. If only Xbox and PlayStation. Oh my goodness. If there's one game that demands an update, it's Arkham Knight for current gen. If only it was an open frame rate. Is the audio good? I don't hear that much. Ah, here we go. I thought so. Now we have audio. Okay, the sex box. Okay, you're the second person. Okay, I really need to find out what's about that. What that's about. Now let's see. Donkey Kong Bonanza comes out next month, so those are all games that come out later. State of Unreal. Ooh, that's. I think they are starting with The Witcher. The X tester. No, no, I'm not gonna. No.
Break me pearlies on this blasted pit-ridden tract.
Target locked. I love you. You know what? I love me too. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think I wouldn't be surprised if this is Witcher 4. Uh-oh. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Hey, that looks like my ex-mother-in-law. Yeah, this is Witcher, 100%.
Salt.
Siri.
Almost had me fooled, Fruin.
Hello! The X-Tester. Yeah, no. You know, I could never do OnlyFans. That's impossible. You know, I could do it, but then I had to make people pay for not uploading any photos of me.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, and welcome to the State of Unreal at Unreal Fest Orlando. We're here to show you what's next with Unreal Engine and so much more. We are thrilled that you're able to join us. Thank you. But first things first, I'm here with Sebastian and
I don't see it as woke. This is not woke. Really.
Hey, hey.
I rather play with a nice looking girl than with like a buff guy.
Hello everyone. With The Witcher 4, we're stepping things up. And to do that, we needed the right partner. one that truly understands that great open-world games are all about
I
art
wish they can make the
and
games
technology
playable
coming
via
together.
disc. No, that's not
Yeah,
gonna
and
happen.
look, our goals are
Discs are
completely
way
aligned
too
here.
slow.
And around the launch of UE5, your awesome
So that's
team at
never
CD
gonna
Projekt Red
happen.
announced a collaboration to make open world development in
impossible.
Unreal even better. And it's an opportunity, we just couldn't pass it up.
You would
So
get
we've been
like
working
loading
on a
times of
technical
like an
demo together
hour
to
for
achieve
loading a
just
new
that.
level if you
I
would
think we
play
should take a
games
look at it.
via
You
a
guys ready?
disc.
Born ready. Kaitek is going to play the build for us.
Sure, let's do it.
Wow, gameplay even.
This is a technological showcase set in the world
thought I
of The
already-
Witcher 4. What
Better?
we just saw, and are going to see now, is running on a standard PlayStation 5 at 60 FPS with ray tracing. So in the game, you'll be playing as Ciri, a professional monster slayer, a witcher. She explores the world and hunts down monsters for coin.
Wow.
The region we are in
60
is called
FPS on
Kovir.
PS5.
And you'll get to
so that
explore
means
it in a
60
game.
FPS on Series X too.
Right now, Ciri is investigating a monster, and after gathering new clues, she is heading
Hey
back
David,
to a
welcome
nearby
to the
village.
stream.
All right, everyone, meet
Of
Kelpie.
course, 60 FPS with ray tracing is possible.
Let weeds be weeds, Kelpie.
You know, there's a lot of
So just like
upscaling
Geralt
and the
the Troll,
resolution is also
Ciri has
not
her
that,
own loyal companion.
that high.
We return
Probably
to
somewhere in
camp.
the range of like 1080p that's being
These two
upscaled to
characters need to
4K.
feel like one. Since you're gonna explore the world on horseback, riding needs to feel seamless, natural, and just fun.
Yeah, and to support that, we're introducing multi-character motion matching in Unreal. So Ciri and Kelpie, they're perfectly synchronized when mounting from any angle and speed. And we also support root motion movement on Kelpie, so controlling her feels realistic and grounded. And there are also some really nice improvements to our Unreal Chaos Flesh Solver and these machine-learned deformations. So you've got realistic muscles moving and stretching under Kelpie's skin without compromising the
But
performance.
will it have shrinking balls just like it had in Red Dead Redemption? Let's wait and see.
So let's leave Ciri behind for a second and talk about the world itself. So much of the Witcher world is natural, organic, especially Kovir with its dense
1440,
forest,
no,
wild
it's probably
nature.
somewhere in the range
Yeah,
of like
and
900p
wild
at
nature
30
is hard.
FPS. It's
And
being
with
upscaled
nanite
to
geometry,
1080p
we've
with
freed
like
artists from
most
so many of their
games.
old constraints.
I can
But we
already
don't wanna
say how
rest
this
until
game will run
everything
on
we
the
do in
Series S,
Unreal
no
has that
surprise.
same spirit of freedom. There's always more work to do. And foliage is a huge piece of that puzzle.
It will be
So we are
1080p,
excited
60
to
FPS on
introduce
Series X
nanite foliage.
and PS5.
And in order to
That's being
achieve
upscaled, and
gorgeous
it will
foliage
be,
density
somewhere
everywhere,
between
while still
720
being memory efficient,
and
fast to render,
900p on
we believe that a
Series S
new
being
idea
upscaled
was
to,
needed.
to 1080p
So instead of the
at 30
same
FPS.
card approach we've been using for the past 20 years,
That's with all
artists should be
Unreal
free to take a nanite
games.
approach to foliage, modeling every single leaf and pine needle. And the old LOD tricks of the past, they needed a complete rethink. And in their place, it's a new adaptive voxel representation in nanite. It's volumetric, it's fully 3D, it is super fast to render. And these dense clusters of triangles turn into these cubes. Which,
I love that
at a
they say
distance,
they
they're
are
no
running
larger than
this on a
pixel,
PlayStation
and they
5,
react to the
but they are
changing light
not
of our
running this on
dynamic
a
sun and
PlayStation
our
5
shadows,
because
and they allow
they are
artists
doing
to
all
render
kinds of
whatever amount of
cinematic
foliage is needed to achieve
things
their
to show it
vision
off. So this is
without
definitely not
compromise.
running on a PlayStation 5.
And no
Maybe a
compromise
PC
means how
that
ambitious
comes
we are
close
when it
to the
comes to
PlayStation
bringing
5,
our
but
vision
this is
to
not
life
PlayStation
with
5.
incredible visuals. But more than that, together with Epic, we created faster way to load the world. We can now bring in more content more quickly for the smoothest possible experience as we fly down to catch up with Ciri.
That water looks really good, by the way. You guys were right about that.
Welcome to Valdrest. So Valdrest is a port town, a hub for fishing, trade and mining.
It looks really
It's
good.
one of those places where you can meet shady characters or overhear gossip from other lands. It's also where Ciri took on her current contract.
Push her off! Oh, no.
Kaitek, let's leave Kelpie here and explore the marketplace and food. I'm so excited we can finally show you some of this stuff. Let's see what Valdrest has to offer.
Good luck at the doctor, Psycho.
Present him with a fish. For the furry rascal will often wink, and the bear's weight grants good fortune. For this feat,
It does look a little bit blurry. I'm not gonna lie, it does look a
Guys,
little bit.
notice how responsive the world is.
It's definitely using some upscaling
Character
techniques
actions
right now.
directly affect what happens around you. Sometimes even setting off chain reactions.
And this is definitely not
Everything
60
is working
FPS.
together. Oh, look at this poor gentleman being taught how to fly by an angry innkeeper. That's
No,
what
it will
happens when you
definitely
cheat
be
at
30
Gwen.
FPS on the Series S. I got a feeling that this game even comes to Nintendo Switch 2.
Okay, so this is
No,
the
I
guy
never
who
completed
gave
Witcher
his
3.
questions on.
Don't have time for
Like
it.
you probably suspect, he has his own agenda in all of this.
You're off your tits again, Wilfred.
If only I had the time to complete every game.
A typical day's toil.
Who in? Ah, Witcher S. What news of my wagons? No eternity is taking that damn salt to arrive.
I
Or
found
they
them.
can, no problem.
Well, suffice to say, they'll not reach you. As for the salt,
And it's probably not even light.
not one speck.
But if this runs
presume
on
it's
a
hunting
base
no surprise.
PlayStation 5 like this, it will run the same
no.
or probably even better on Series
This
X.
smuggling trade is of no concern to me. The Manticore,
Only PS5
Flattened your
Pro will
cards.
do it a
Devoured your
little
men.
bit better.
quite the opposite.
Manticore? No, them winged hellspawn dwell in the arse end of Creighton.
While Siri decides what to do about
I
that
also don't
merchant,
know why
let's
it's
take a look
called
at the
Volk,
character
you know?
technology that powers this marketplace. Why don't we listen
The
in on
moment
these
you are
fishmongers?
playing
They're
as
selling their
a
wares,
female
chatting up
or a
customers.
girl, it's already, oh, it's woke. Well, first of all, that's not woke, that's D-E-Y.
mind, dearest?
Woke is something else.
Got mackerel cod or Brexit's finest.
And there is tons of tech at play here. Even
And
a
on the
simple
other
market
hand, it
stall,
makes sense.
Metahuman tools, improved Unreal Smart
No,
Objects,
they also
chaos
didn't
cloth,
gender swap
and
the
more.
main character.
Yeah, and all of this exists to make sure that the gap
They
in
just went
quality
on.
between Siri and NPCs is as small as possible.
Yeah, and closing that gap, it's not just about fidelity, right, but also authenticity. They should react to changes in the world around them.
But the prisoner in pillory isn't exciting enough for Valdrest.
You know, it actually
Let's
makes
grab everyone's
sense
attention with a circus.
after The Witcher 3 going on with his daughter. Yeah, why not?
But the great performance deserves a huge crowd though. Let's crank it up.
You know, I have no problem. Like I said, I rather play with a nice-looking girl than the best-looking guy.
So you are
But that's
seeing
me.
tons of optimizations here to many of Unreal systems, including an entirely new Unreal animation framework, allowing us to fit easily in our 60 FPS budget, not just in rendering, but also with room to spare on the game thread. Over 300 animated skeletal mesh agents all going about their business. And the whole point is to leave breathing room for developers like you to introduce the gameplay and the systems that your players expect, empowering you to make your worlds come to life without Unreal standing in your way.
You are right. And that's the open world RPG that we're making. But before we wrap up,
You know,
how
what
about
I
one
do
final
think
check-in
is
with
really
Siri?
cool is that it still feels like The Witcher, you know? They did use a different engine.
We are
from,
making this game to be the most
CD,
immersive
the
and
CD Projekt
ambitious
engine.
open world Witcher game
Or
ever.
Red Engine, it's called, I
And
think.
we are making this
But
a
it still
reality thanks
feels
to our work on Unreal with the
like-
team at Epic.
The Witcher.
I think what we're doing together is going to bring in a new generation of open world RPGs, and I'm so proud of what we accomplished so far.
We are too.
So we're almost done, but before we go, here's a small gift for all Witcher fans. A first look at La Nexeta.
You know, in the 1990s we played a lot of games. Some of the best games were played as a girl. Tomb Raider, Oni, Resident Evil 3. There were so many games where we played as a girl and nobody complained. And now all of a sudden, if a game has a female character, woke, it's DEI, I'm not gonna support
Thanks,
it.
guys.
A bunch of wankers.
Seriously, it looks amazing. And we've also barely scratched the surface of what's coming in Unreal 5.6. So here's Julien to tell you even more. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
You know, even one of my favorite games of all time, you play as a female character. Metroid.
Hey everyone, great to be here in Orlando. I spent a lot of time on this demo, so I'm happy to be the one to talk about what went into the 5.6 release. An open world like that was just the perfect content to focus on our main goal
Exactly,
for the week,
Samus
which
Aran.
was performance. We want the
The
engine
most
to scale to
badass
large
gamer
enriched
chick
world.
ever.
We
One of
want
the
to
first
preserve
ever
graphics
gamer
quality.
chicks.
And of course, we want to deliver high frame rates that you and your players expect. So let's check it out, starting with rendering. If you all
Exactly!
remember,
If they
when
made
we released
Samus
Nanite with
in
UI5,
Metroid 4
it supported static geometry.
a guy, that would
Last
be
year,
DEY.
we brought skinning to Nanite. And now, we're working on Nanite foliage. The only way to have a forest that looks as good as this one is to use 3D geometry for all parts of the trees, just like we do for everything else. However,
If you can't see
this
frames
is a
or
crazy
don't move
amount
good, who
of
are you gonna
fine
call?
geometry.
Xbox
So
tester!
we have to rethink how trees are created and displayed. To create them, we developed nanite assemblies. These 28 little parts that you see are all that we use to build all the spruces from the forest. They are instanced thousands of times and used like building blocks to assemble trees in different ways. And as you
You know,
probably
the only
noticed,
thing I'm
with the
thinking
wind
of
effect,
right now is
they
that you
even
are
support skeletal
the
animation,
person
which runs on the GPU. Thanks to assembly, we
that you are the
greatly
person
reduced
that needed
the
to
storage, the runtime
build
memory,
all these
and the
trees.
rendering cost.
That must be the dumbest
Then,
job
to
in the world.
display an entire forest,
You
the
know, you
challenge was to
finally
preserve
get
fidelity
into the
and
gaming
performance from
industry.
any distance.
You're getting a job at CD
Let's
Projekt
check
Red.
up close the level
You're
of detail
finally
we're talking
getting
about.
started, and they tell you, "Hey, make some trees."
Lots of details. But this triangle representation is not the most efficient when far away, due to the amount of overlapping. And that's why we made an adaptive voxel representation. But in reality, you'll never see those voxels this close, since when we move the camera back, they're barely a pixel. Nanite foliage is almost done. We are moving it to the main line as we speak, and it will be available for everyone in 5.7. Another thing I would like to share is that ray tracing and Lumen now run more than twice as fast, with no visual trade-off compared to when UE5 was released. And because of that, we can now hit 60 FPS on consoles. And finally,
This is more
we
a show
rewrote the
about the
rendering
Unreal
pipeline
Engine
to run
and not that
asynchronously,
much
so we
about
can
The
increase
Witcher.
the richness of
So
the
they're
scenes even
using
more.
The Witcher 4
Now
to
let's talk
show
about
off
chaos
the new
physics.
possibilities
For
of the
chaos
engine.
cloud, we improve our cloud-to-cloud constraint solution. This removes a lot of collision evaluation when garments are piling up and interacting with each other. Even for
So it's going
complex
to be
setup
very
like
technical,
Series K,
this show.
we hit a sub-millisecond budget on PS5. With Chaos Flash, we introduce procedural muscle activations to make deformation and motion more natural. Your artist will still have control over TRDROP simulation and train ML models that run fast in real time. We now support the baking
the
of
water
fluid
looks
surface data
crazy.
into lightweight assets to be played back at low cost. This is going to give you high-fidelity water without the performance cost of real-time fluid simulation. For animation, we work on both performance and fidelity. Here, you can see how Siri and Kelpie match up in their
They
interaction.
will probably not even
Well,
announce a
that
release
works
date for
no
this
matter
game
the angle
today.
of approach. That's our multi-character motion matching solution. We also added motion matching in Sequencer to build stitch tracks. With them, you can seamlessly transition from gameplay to cinematic. Also, we now have a secondary layer of animation driven by physics in Control Rig. We used it in Kelpie's rig to drive the mane, the tail, and the saddlebags. And now, I'm happy to announce that all these features are already integrated into our new Unreal Animation framework, which we are releasing as experimental in 5.6. We built it with performance first in mind. Animation evaluation are now running in parallel off the game thread, which was our bottleneck. And for the other character systems that are just as costly, like movement, avoidance, state tree behaviors, we also move them to worker threads. This is really going to help you create scenes that are crowded and lively.
They're explaining the $80
Streaming
price
has
point.
always been a big deal regarding performance. And the three biggest improvements we made are physics state creation, which now runs async, improve runtime PCG for ground scatter on GPU, and a new FastGeo plugin to stream static geometry. And just to take a different example, in City Sample, the streaming time was cut down by 90% while moving at high speed. We focus on a lot of areas for performance in 5.6, and mobile is no exception.
It's the Matrix demo.
We work on better defaults and scalability settings for mobile and minimize the default package size. We also improve our workflows with a UI refactor of the viewport toolbar and content browser, an on-device iteration workflow,
It's Fortnite.
and a mobile preview solution. So there you go. Unreal Engine 5.6 is all about performance, and it's available today.
Yay! Okay.
Please go enjoy the tech talks and session we have for you guys and come chat with us. And now, please welcome Chris from the Metahuman team. Thank you, everyone.
Oh,
Thank you, Julian. Metahumans may only be a few years old, but we are seeing them everywhere, powering everything from games and AI agents to
DF are
film,
probably
television,
learning out
cultural heritage, and
on
more.
this right now.
What you've seen so far
Wow.
is just the beginning. The creativity and innovation coming from the community continues to inspire us. It reminds us why we build these tools in the first place, to make it easier for everyone
But
to
this-
tell stories
that-
that matter.
This is where you already
Now
can
we're
see
entering
that
the next
a lot
chapter,
of games are
expanding how
going to
you
look
create
the same.
and animate metahumans with flexible workflows that help you move faster and work smarter. To walk us through some of the biggest features in this release, please welcome filmmaker and virtual production pioneer, Matt Workman.
Thanks, Chris. For those that don't know me, I'm a cinematographer and Unreal Engine developer. I worked on Epic's first in-camera VFX demo, the one with the motorcycle surrounded by LED walls. It was pretty cool. I'm also the creator of Cinetracer, a previous tool used by filmmakers worldwide. I've been using metahumans in my work since the alpha, and recently I've gotten some hands-on time with some of the new features coming in Unreal Engine 5.6.
You know, Unreal Engine is also being
Metahuman Creator
used for
is
a lot
fast
of
and
movie
intuitive
studios,
web-based
by the way.
application used for creating digital characters. And now, with the 5.6 release, all of that power
I think,
is available directly
even
in the
series
editor.
like
That's right. Metahuman Creator is now
Andor
fully integrated
are
into
made
Unreal
with
Engine.
Unreal Engine.
I think it's pretty cool, too. You can create and work with metahumans directly in your project, keeping everything connected and in context. And with the new character assemblies, metahumans are built locally, making it even easier to integrate them directly into your pipeline.
Uncanny.
Metahuman Creator is one of Unreal's first cloud-enhanced tools. It means you work locally, but for heavy lifting, tasks like generating high-quality textures or building our complex face and body rigs, we leverage Metahuman Cloud services, which deliver high-fidelity results without ever leaving the editor. And in 5.6, local assembly reduces the average Metahuman export time from 15 to 20 minutes down to 2 or 3. The team tackled all this while dramatically expanding the core
Chinese
representation model and significantly improving visual fidelity. Basically, you can make even more diverse characters. They all look better. It's freaking fast, and it is in Unreal Editor on your local machine.
They
And while those are all
almost
major
have the
improvements, we're
eyes
just starting to
correct.
scratch the surface here.
You can still see
Metahumans
the
have always
uncanny
had
valley
amazing
in the
facial
eyes.
customization, and now Epic is bringing that same level of control and realism to the entire body.
Man, if
And
only I
UE
could do that,
5.6
could do
Metahumans
that
get a
in
major
real
upgrade
life.
with the new parametric body system, letting you blend between different presets or fine-tune proportions using real-world measurements like height, inseam, shoulder width, and even muscle mass. And here's the best part. As the body changes, so does the clothing. The new Unreal Outfit asset automatically adapts garments to the character's body, all in real time, no matter the proportions. As someone who's built these kind of assets before, I can tell you this used to mean manually creating and managing every body variation. The new system does give you the flexibility to create different sizes, and if you do, it will pick the closest match and fit that to the character for you. It makes building a wide array of production-ready characters faster and a whole lot more scalable.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see what people do with the new outfit system. And that actually brings us to our next announcement. Starting today, Metahumans and their accessories are available on Fab, Epic's one-stop shop
I
for
think
digital
also
assets.
the guys at Digital
This is the new
Foundry
Metahuman
are,
channel on
fabbing
Fab,
around,
and there's
right
already
now.
some great artists and studios sharing and selling content there. I'm going to shift gears for a minute. Matt, do you remember when we unveiled Metahuman Animator a couple years ago?
What's her name from
Of course.
Hellblade?
I consider myself Metahuman's #1 fan, and I'm also guilty for being
Das deutsche
eternally
Mädchen.
online, so of course,
Wie heißt der?
I
Auch
saw that
wieder.
demo, and of course, absolutely loved it.
Some of my industry friends, they thought it was sorcery. We went from capture to final results in a couple minutes, and it made high-quality facial animation accessible to everyone.
That's
Well,
crazy.
today, we are taking it to the next level with a focus on real-time animation. We scoured the galaxy to find the best talent to demo these tools, and I think Matt has found just the right character for the job.
Now, I could be wrong, but I think I cooked here. This guy is a true professional, tons of experience, and he's even going to be joining us via live telecast from space, outer space. Let's go ahead and connect. Hey, Blue!
Dude, Matt! This is amazing! I'm making nachos in my nuclear-powered air fryer. Anyway, I was about to munch on this before the keynote. What's up?
What's up is that this is the keynote. We're live streaming to Unreal Fest right now. Dude, you're live.
Oh yeah, look at that. You people in your time zones. Hey, Chatterbox, can you turn it down? Like way, way down. I'm about to do a keynote. Yo, so what's up, Unreal friends? So get this, for the first time ever, you're seeing me live in real time. This isn't pre-recorded, it's not baked. You're seeing everything as it's happening. Woo!
Okay, that's pretty impressive.
And it's all thanks to Metahuman Animator. Just check out my alter ego, Corey. He's down there on stage with you guys, and as you can see, our movements are mirrored within milliseconds. Even the smallest expressions are beautifully articulated.
Wow.
And look, he's not even wearing a helmet or a suit. I'm telling you, the possibilities are getting crazy. Now I can live chat with fans, take my stand-up act on the road, perform Macbeth. Okay, maybe not Macbeth. But the real truth is, the power of live performance is in all the happy accidents. Honestly, most of my best stuff happens when things go, you know, a little sideways.
This is actually some really next-gen stuff what we're seeing here. Yeah, the VTubing is about to level up.
Case in point, trusting my beautiful nachos.
Maybe I should
to a
also start
DIY
VTubing, make
nuclear-powered
myself
air
like
fryer.
a cute little girl.
Hey, Corey, come on out here. Corey Strasburger, Corey Strasberg, everyone, the genius behind Blue and Xanadu. Metahuman Animator now delivers high-fidelity facial animation from virtually any 2D video source in real time. Whether you're driving the performance of your favorite character or calling into keynotes from low Earth orbit, the sky is the limit when it comes to breathing life into your characters. And speaking of that, Corey was just driving Blue with a consumer webcam and markerless motion capture from the Captury.
Corey, let me be the first to congratulate you on Blue's VTuber debut right here at Unreal Fest. And by that, I mean that this is the first time we're seeing Metahuman Blue puppeted live, and he looked incredible on the big screen. And I know we've said this before a couple times, but I still can't believe that level of facial quality
what
is
kind of
possible
PC you
from
would
a
need for
tiny
that.
Consumer webcam.
I think you would need a
crazy.
extra PC
thanks,
just
Matt.
for
It
that.
is, man. It's all mind-blowing. And for me, doing everything sort of solo, being able to see my
render
performance
that.
like instantly is literally at the core of my pipeline. So I've been waiting for this quality for a really long, long time. And Chris, thanks to an amazing collaboration with the Metahuman team, Blue is finally pure Metahuman. And so with all the other crazy stuff that you guys are elevating, I think Xanadu is about to level up in a big, big way. So thank you guys. You guys rock.
Awesome, man. It's been awesome. I'd like everyone to give a round of applause to Corey and Matt, and thanks for
It almost
showing
reminds
everyone
me a little bit of that movie, Ready Player One.
Thanks, guys, for showing all the fantastic features we're going to hone in on this release. All right. We're going to end big with a few
really good,
updates
Michael.
about metahumans and how they fit into the broader creative ecosystem. First up, today we're releasing 2 advanced toolchains to everyone, Metahuman Expression Editor and Groom Tools. The Expression Editor lets experienced riggers fine-tune a character's expressions and expression combinations, whether matching scans or creating something completely custom, like a nacho-eating space alien. And our new Groom Tools simplify one of the hardest parts of character creation, high-fidelity hairstyles, making the process more intuitive, faster, and streamlining export directly to Unreal Engine. We've built these tools for our own teams to solve real production challenges, and now we're opening them up to the entire community. Next, we know you want support from Metahumans in your favorite content creation tools, so we're working with partners to make sure that DNA and rig logic work wherever you do. And we have saved the biggest announcement for last. We have updated the Unreal Engine license to include Metahumans. You can use them everywhere, in every engine, in any creative software. Go make amazing characters and help define the future of digital humans.
Crazy.
If you're curious to learn more, join our Unreal Fest sessions, swing by our booth, or check out metahuman.com to get hands-on with everything you've just seen, and thank you.
That's pretty crazy. So that's it? That's the show? Okay. Well, at least we saw some stuff about The Witcher 4. So that's pretty cool. Oh, there's more.
All right. Hey, guys. What do you think so far? Yes. Let's go. We've got a lot more in store for you this morning and over the days ahead. We've got an absolute room full of rock stars here today from different industries making everything Unreal. We've got AAA game developers, indie developers, Fortnite creators, filmmakers, car designers, architects, fashion designers. I could go on. You're all here to connect, share, and learn. And learn you shall.
Guys, any good story games to play? Oh, Goat Simulator.
Dozens of
Best
hands-on
story
labs
ever.
covering all of Epic's developer tools and services. And many of these sessions are going to be led by our growing community of instructors, educators, and service partners. And I want to thank all of you who are giving so much back to this incredible community. Now let's talk about a few more exciting updates from across the Epic ecosystem, starting with Reality Scan. In the coming weeks, we'll launch Reality Scan 2.0, which will unify the desktop and mobile versions under
really
one banner.
don't care about things like
CD
this.
Projekt Red put Reality Scan 2.0 to the test, using it to capture natural objects in high fidelity for The Witcher 4.
The reason I was
demo that you
checking
just
this
saw.
was because I wanted to see some new
Complex
game
rock and tree scans involve
stuff,
data
and The
sets
Witcher
that were
4. We
previously
saw that.
really tough to
So
process. But
if
with
you want to
2.0,
check more about
you'll achieve better
this,
mesh
the
accuracy
engine
with
and
fewer
the
manual
5.6 update,
and you'll
I
be able
would
to
say
get your
please
hands
go
on
to the
Reality Scan
Unreal
2.0 later this month.
stream.
We're also seeing
and
more
for
and
now,
more
I really want to
developers and
thank
art
you for
studios
watching.
using reality
Hope you
scan to
had
bring
fun.
Megascan's quality
See you guys
content
soon
to
in
Fab.
another one.
Just take a look at this absolutely incredible Paris environment from Scans Factory, which launches today on Fab, featuring over 1,000 assets that are available for use in UE5,